Hello, friends, and today we'll have another English lesson. For our lesson, you will need your English 8 students book. Unit 8, There's no life without a book. Lesson 3, Is poetry enjoyable? Please open your books at page 204. Let's read 3 limericks, traditional British poems, and complete the sentences.
Unit 8, Lesson 3, Exercise 2A.
There was an old man of the north who fell into a bowl of broth, but a very good cook fished him out with a hook, which saved the old man of the north.
There once was a lady of Gloucester, whose parents thought they had lost her. From the fridge came a sound, and at last she was found. But the problem was how to defrost her.
There was a young monster in York, which liked to eat soup with a fork. People cried, "What a mess! We must go to Loch Ness. We use forks to eat pork here in York."
Aren't they funny? Okay, let's fill in the gaps. There was an old man of north who fell into a bowl of broth, bouillon, but a very good fished him out with a hook. Which word is the rhyme to the word hook? It's cook. Which saved that old man of the north. There once was a lady of Gloucester whose parents thought they had lost her. From the fridge came a sound, and at last she was found. But the problem was how to defrost her. There was a young monster in York, which liked to eat soup with a fork. People cried, "What a mess! You must go to Loch Ness." We use forks to eat pork here in York. Now let's look at one of the limericks. How many lines are there in a limerick? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines. Which of them are rhyming? Look, north, broth, north. The first, the second, and the fifth are rhyming, and in the middle, the third and the fourth. Cook, hook. So let's look at the words in bold. Who, which, whose, which. So these words, who, which, whose, are relative pronouns, относительные местоимения. When do we use who? When do we use which? These two words are translated into Russian который, but we use who about people when we talk about people, and we use which when we talk about objects and ideas. When do we use whose? When we talk about possessions. Чей? Let's go to page 205. Here you can see the rule that we use who, whose, whom for people, and which for objects and ideas. Do you remember any poems that you have read in your English lessons, or maybe in your Russian or Belarusian literature lessons? How can you characterize this poem? For example, the poem which is called My Native Land by Jakub Kolas is full of love and sentiment. The author, who draws the picture of Belarusian nature, describes his dear motherland and his love for his country. He's very proud to be born in Belarus. Now, please go to page 206 and do exercise 5. Read about Belarusian literature and fill in who, whose, whom, or which. Stop the video, do this exercise, and then we'll listen and check. Okay, Belarusian literature is full of great authors who occupy a high position in the world. It covers a lot of genres which are found in the world literature. First of all, we should remember the names of our outstanding national writers, Janka Kupala and Jakub Kolas, who created new Belarusian literature and whose names are at the top of the list of Belarusian writers. Children and teenagers will be attracted by adventure and science fiction stories by Jan Kamavr, which were written quite a long time ago, but which have not lost their attractiveness for the reader. Do you remember his Polesье Robinsons or In the Country of the Paradise Bird? We enjoy the poems which were written by Adam Mickiewicz and Maxim Bogdanovich. Vasily Bykov's stories and novels, who we know as the author of war prose, are simply unforgettable. And the fables, which were created by Kondrat Krapiva, are as clever as those by Aesop. This list is really long. Alexei Dudarev, Ivan Melish. And what other Belarusian poets do you know? Thank you for your lesson. Enjoy poetry. Bye-bye.